Are you ready to land your dream job as a Python developer but feeling nervous about the technical interview? Most candidates fail not because they can't code, but because they can't explain why Python works the way it does. In this video, we will cover Python developer interview questions and answers, comprehensive technical prep. Prepare for your next Python developer interview with this comprehensive guide. In this video, we dive deep into 30 essential Python interview questions covering everything from memory management and decorators to advanced data structures and concurrency. Make sure to grab a notebook, as we'll be breaking down complex concepts into easy-to-understand explanations. Which of the following data types in Python is immutable? Option A, list. Option B, dictionary. Option C, set. Option D, tuple. The correct answer is D. In Python, a data type is considered immutable if its state cannot be modified after it is created. Tuples, along with integers, floats, and strings, are immutable. This means that if you try to change an element of a tuple, Python will raise a type error. Lists, dictionaries, and sets are mutable, meaning you can add, remove, or change elements in place without creating a new object in memory. This immutability makes tuples faster than lists and allows them to be used as keys in dictionaries. What is the primary purpose of the global interpreter lock, GIL, in Python? Option A, to speed up multi-threaded CPU-bound programs. Option B, to prevent multiple native threads from executing Python bytecodes at once. Option C, to manage garbage collection of unused objects. Option D, to ensure that global variables are always accessible. The correct answer is B. The global interpreter lock, GIL, is a mutex that protects access to Python objects, preventing multiple threads from executing Python bytecodes at the same time. This is necessary because CPython's memory management is not thread-safe, while the GIL makes single-threaded performance better and simplifies the integration of C libraries. It serves as a bottleneck for CPU-bound multi-threaded applications. To achieve true parallelism in Python for CPU-heavy tasks, developers often use the multiprocessing module instead of threading. What will be the output of a function that uses a mutable default argument like def_func a equals when called multiple times? Option A, a new empty list is created every time the function is called. Option B, an error is thrown after the first call. Option C, the list retains its changes between function calls. Option D, the function returns none by default. The correct answer is C. In Python, default arguments are evaluated only once at the time the function is defined, not every time the function is called. If you use a mutable object like a list as a default argument, that same list object is used for every call where the argument is not provided. If the function modifies that list, e.g., append 1, the change persists in subsequent calls. To avoid this gotcha, it is standard practice to use none as the default value and initialize the list inside the function body. What does the __init__ method do in a Python class? Option A, it initializes the class when it is imported. Option B, it is a constructor that initializes a new instance of the class. Option C, it deletes an object once it is no longer used. Option D, it converts an object into a string. The correct answer is B. The __init__ method is known as the initializer or constructor in Python OOP. When you create a new instance object of a class, Python automatically calls __init__ to set the initial state of the object by assigning values to its properties. It is important to note that __new__ actually creates the instance, while __init__ initializes it. The first argument of this method is always self, which represents the instance being created. What is the primary function of a decorator in Python? Option A. To define a class within a function. Option B. To modify or enhance the behavior of a function or class without changing its source code. Option C. To prevent a function from being called multiple times. Option D. To encrypt the Python source code. The correct answer is B. A decorator is a design pattern in Python that allows a user to add new functionality to an existing object, usually a function or a class, without modifying its structure. Decorators are usually called before the definition of a function you want to decorate. They are effectively wrappers that execute code before and after the wrapped function runs. Common use cases include logging, access control, instrumentation, and caching, like at functools.lru_cache. Which of the following is the time complexity for looking up a value in a dictionary? Average case. Option A, O, 1. Option B, O, n. Option C, O, log n. Option D, O, n squared. The correct answer is A. Python dictionaries are implemented using hash tables. In the average case, the time complexity for searching, inserting, or deleting a key is O. 1. This is because the hash function allows the interpreter to locate the value's position in memory directly based on the key. However, in the worst case, where many keys have the same hash value, causing collisions, the complexity can degrade to O. n. Though this is rare in modern Python implementations due to optimized hashing algorithms. What is the main difference between a list and a generator? Option A. Lists are faster than generators. Option B. Generators use significantly less memory as they yield items one at a time. Option C. Lists can only store strings, while generators store any type. Option D. Generators can be indexed like lists. The correct answer is B. The primary advantage of generators is lazy evaluation. A list stores all its elements in memory at once, which can be extremely inefficient for large datasets. A generator, created using a function with the yield keyword or a generator expression, produces items on the fly only when requested. This makes generators memory efficient for processing large files or data streams. However, unlike lists, generators cannot be indexed or sliced easily, and they can only be iterated over once. In a try-except block, when is the finally clause executed? Option A. Only if an exception occurs. Option B. Only if no exception occurs. Option C. Always, regardless of whether an exception occurred or not. Option D. Only if the try block contains a return statement. The correct answer is C. The finally block is used for cleanup actions that must be executed under all circumstances. Whether the code in the try block runs successfully or an error is caught in the except block. The finally block will execute. It is commonly used for closing database connections, closing files, or releasing network resources to prevent memory leaks, ensuring that these resources are freed even if the program crashes. Which module in Python is used for performing deep copies of objects? Option A, OS. Option B, SYS. Option C, copy. Option D, math. The correct answer is C. The copy module provides two main functions: copy and deep copy. A shallow copy creates a new object but inserts references into it to the objects found in the original. A deep copy creates a new object and recursively adds copies of the objects found in the original. Deep copies are essential when you want to duplicate a nested list or dictionary without the original and the copy sharing the same inner objects. What does the is keyword check in Python? Option A, equality of values. Option B, object identity, same memory address. Option C, if a variable is defined. Option D, if an object is a member of a class. The correct answer is B. In Python, checks for equality if the values are the same, whereas is checks for identity if both variables point to the exact same object in memory. For example, two different lists with the same elements, 1, 2, 3, will return true for but false for is because they are stored in different memory locations. However, for small integers and strings, Python sometimes uses a technique called interning, which might result in is returning true unexpectedly. What is the benefit of using the with statement when opening a file? Option A, it makes the code run faster. Option B, it automatically closes the file even if an exception occurs. Option C, it encrypts the file content. Option D, it allows the file to be edited by multiple users. The correct answer is B. The with statement in Python is used for resource management and exception handling. It implements a context manager. When used with the open function, it ensures that the file is properly closed as soon as the block of code is finished, even if an error occurs within the block. This is considered a best practice because it prevents file descriptor leaks and ensures data is written to disk correctly. What is a lambda function in Python? Option A, a function that can only be used inside a class. Option B, an anonymous one-line function. Option C, a function used for multi-threading. Option D, a built-in function for mathematical operations. The correct answer is B. Lambda functions are small, anonymous, unnamed functions defined with the lambda keyword. They can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression. The result of that expression is returned automatically. They are typically used for short-term tasks where defining a full function with def would be overkill, such as passing a small function as an argument to higher-order functions like map, filter, or sorted. How does Python handle memory management? Option A, manual memory management by the programmer. Option B, through reference counting and a cyclic garbage collector. Option C, by using only stack memory. Option D, by deleting all variables at the end of every function. The correct answer is B. Python manages memory using two main mechanisms: reference counting and garbage collection. Reference counting keeps track of how many references point to an object. When the count drops to 0, the memory is freed. However, reference counting cannot handle reference cycles, where two objects point to each other. To solve this, Python has a cyclic garbage collector that periodically scans for these cycles and cleans them up to prevent memory leaks. What is the output of bool in Python? Option A, true. Option B, false. Option C, none. Option D, error. The correct answer is B. In Python, truthiness determines how objects are evaluated in Boolean contexts. Like if statements, most objects are true, but false objects include none, false, 0 of any numeric type, 0, 0.0, empty sequences, single quote, and empty mappings, opening curly bracket, closing curly bracket. Since is an empty list, bool evaluates to false. This allows for concise code like, if not my underscore list, to check if a list is empty. Which of the following sorting algorithms is used by Python's built-in sorted and sort? Option A, quicksort. Option B, mergeasort. Option C, timsort. Option D, bubble sort. The correct answer is C. Timsort is a hybrid stable sorting algorithm, derived from merge sort and insertion sort, designed to perform well on many kinds of real-world data. It was implemented by Tim Peters in 2002 for use in Python. It works by finding subsets of the data that are already ordered, called runs, and using them to sort the remainder more efficiently. It has a worst-case time complexity of O(n log n), and is now used in Java and other platforms as well. Which method is used to remove whitespace from both ends of a string? Option A, split. Option B, strip. Option C, cut. Option D, clean. The correct answer is B. The strip method returns a copy of the string with leading and trailing characters removed, based on the string argument passed. If no argument is passed, it removes whitespace by default. There are also variants: lstrip, to remove characters from the left, start, and rstrip, to remove from the right, end. In Python, what is the MRO? Option A, memory retrieval object. Option B, method resolution order. Option C, main runtime operation. Option D, module reference option. The correct answer is B. Method resolution order. MRO is the order in which Python looks for a method or attribute in a hierarchy of classes. This is particularly important in multiple inheritance. Since Python 2.3, the C3 linearization algorithm is used to determine the MRO. You can view the MRO of any class by calling the .mro method or accessing the __mro__ attribute. It ensures that a class always appears before its parents and that the order of parents is preserved. What is the result of next called on an iterator that has no more items? Option A, none. Option B, false. Option C, stop iteration exception. Option D, the iterator starts over. The correct answer is C. According to the iterator protocol in Python, When the next function is called on an iterator and there are no further items to return, it must raise a stop iteration exception. This is how for loops know when to stop iterating. The loop internally catches this exception and terminates gracefully. Which command is used to install a package in Python using the standard package manager? Option A. Python install package. Option B. Get package. Option C. Pip install package. Option D. Install package. Package. The correct answer is C. Pip stands for Pip installs packages. It is the standard package manager for Python and is used to install and manage additional libraries and dependencies that are not distributed as part of the standard library. It connects to the Python package index, pipi, by default. What is a metaclass in Python? Option A. A class that inherits from multiple parents. Option B. A class whose instances are themselves classes. Option C. A library for mathematical functions. Option D. A class that cannot be instantiated. The correct answer is B. In Python, everything is an object, including classes. Just as an object is an instance of a class is an instance of a metaclass. By default, Python uses type as the metaclass for all classes. Metaclasses allow you to customize the creation of classes. For example, to automatically add methods or verify attributes. They are a powerful tool for API development and frameworks like Django. What does args represent in a function definition? Option A. A list of keyword arguments. Option B. A dictionary of named arguments. Option C. A tuple of variable length positional arguments. Option D. A pointer to a memory address. The correct answer is C. The args syntax in function definitions is used to pass a variable number of non-keyword positional arguments to a function. Inside the function, args is treated as a tuple containing all the arguments passed. This allows for flexible functions that can handle more inputs than specifically defined. Similarly, quargs is used for variable length keyword named arguments, which are treated as a dictionary. Which of these is a valid way to create a set? Option A, S equals. Option B, S equals set. Option C, S equals. Option D, S equals 1, 2. The correct answer is B. To create an empty set, you must use set. Single quote. Using creates an empty dictionary, which is a common source of confusion. Once a set is created, you can add elements using s.add, or initialize it with values like s equals 1, 2, 3. Sets are unordered collections of unique elements, meaning duplicates are automatically removed. What is the output of 10, 3? Option A, 3.333. Option B, 3. Option C, 1. Option D, 4. The correct answer is B. The operator in Python is the floor division operator. It divides the first operand by the second and rounds the result down to the nearest whole number. Integer, unlike the operator, which always returns a float, e.g., 3.333, discards the remainder. To get only the remainder, you would use the modulo % operator. Which keyword is used to modify a variable outside the current scope but not in the global scope? Option A, global. Option B, extern. Option C, non-local. Option D, static. The correct answer is C. The non-local keyword is used in nested functions. Closures. To indicate that a variable refers to an identifier previously defined in the nearest enclosing scope, excluding globals. This allows the inner function to modify the variable in the outer, but not global, function's scope. The global keyword, on the other hand, is used to modify variables at the top-level module scope. What is PEP 8? Option A, a Python security patch. Option B, a style guide for Python code. Option C, a library for data science. Option D, a tool for converting Python 2 to Python 3. The correct answer is B. PEP 8, Python Enhancement Proposal 8, is the official style guide for Python code. It provides guidelines on how to format code to improve readability and consistency. Topics covered include indentation, 4 spaces, variable naming, snake underscore case, line length, 79 characters, and imports. Following PEP 8 is standard practice for professional Python developers. What does the zip function do? Option A, compresses a file to .zip format. Option B, aggregates elements from 2 or more iterables into tuples. Option C, speeds up the execution of a loop. Option D, deletes duplicate items from a list. The correct answer is B. The zip function takes iterables, can be 0 or more, aggregates them based on the iterables passed, and returns an iterator of tuples. For example, zip 1, 2, A, B produces 1, A, and 2, B. If the passed iterables have different lengths, zip stops when the shortest iterable is exhausted, unless using itertools.zip underscore longest. What is that class method used for? Option A, to make a method private. Option B, to define a method that belongs to the class rather than the instance. Option C, to create a class inside another class. Option D, to speed up class instantiation. The correct answer is B. The class method decorator is used to define a method that is bound to the class and not the object of the class. It receives the class itself as the first argument, conventionally called CLS, instead of the instance self. This is useful for factory methods that create class instances using different parameters or for accessing class-level data that is shared among all instances. Which of the following is true about a Python F string? Option A, it is slower than format. Option B, it was introduced in Python 2.7. Option C, it allows embedding expressions inside string literals. Option D, it is used for file handling. The correct answer is C. F strings, formatted string literals, introduced in Python 3.6, provide a concise and readable way to embed Python expressions inside string literals. By prefixing a string with F or F, you can put variables or expressions inside curly braces. They are generally faster than both the % operator and the format method because they are evaluated at runtime rather than as a constant string. What does the map function return in Python 3? Option A, a list. Option B, a dictionary. Option C, an iterator. Option D, a generator. The correct answer is C. In Python 3, the map function returns a map object, which is an iterator. This is more memory efficient than Python 2, where map returned a list. To get a list from a map object, you must explicitly cast it using list. Map func iterable. The map function applies a given function to each item of an iterable. Which error is raised when a local variable is referenced before it has been assigned a value? Option A, value error. Option B, attribute error. Option C, unbound local error. Option D, name error. The correct answer is C. Unbound local error is a subclass of name error. It is raised when you try to access a local variable in a function, but that variable hasn't been assigned a value yet. This often happens when you have a variable with the same name as a global variable, and you try to modify it within the function without declaring it global or non-local. That wraps up our 30-question deep dive into Python developer interview preparation. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more technical interview guides. Don't forget to check out the full course link in the description for comprehensive mock exams. For a complete bank of over 500 practice questions, check the full exam link in the description below.